It's still breathing, if only faintly. I felt the earth shake all the way up the cliff. Phew, we did it, somehow. That was too close. It mustn't have been easy to imprison such a creature. A tyrant of Tthuruhettso. Truly a fitting description. Whee! It's still breathing?
獣はゾラージャ兄さんが討伐したって話だったけど、バリガルマンダみてえに封印しただけだったんだな。
Is the mom in?
あの施設では人間の魂と記憶を魔物に移す研究をしていたようね。わざわざこんな僻地に研究施設を置いたのもこのトラルビドラールを利用するためだったのね。もちろん封印した当時には思いもよらない利用法ではあったはずだけど。
Echo? Yeah! Let's go, Echo! I swear, if this is the mom, that'll be really sad.
というわけで、人格の崩壊を防ぐため、人の魂の方を獣の体に移したいのです。
その方法なら、トラルビドラールの力が利用できるのか。
理論上は。まずは通常の魔物で実験を行いますが、ゆくゆくは強大な力を意のままにできるかと。
Oh, so this is what he looked like before he became whatever the frickin' Souls-like character horror scientist. The one that killed me 3 times.
そうして魂を捧げた者はどうなる？
人に戻れるわけでもなし、必要な犠牲と割り切るしかないでしょうな。その分、機械兵などよりも多くの戦果を期待できますよ。
いいだろう。ならば早急に志願者を募り、実験を開始せよ。
かしこまりました。それでは私は上の観測所へと戻ります。
This is her!
承認したのですね。彼の計画を。
停車じゃ。今後はカニロッカの下につけ。
Tishalja. Oh, it's definitely her inside of the Carby, isn't it? I keep calling it Carby, but it's not.
お前は遊覧隊の中でも腕の立つ呪術医だった。その見識が実験に役立とう。加えて奴自身を監視する必要もある。よく見、よく働き、真実だけを俺に告げろ。実験に反対か？よもや任務を果たせないとでも？
いいえ、障壁の中で生きていくにせよ、外に出ようとするにせよ、強い力は必要不可欠です。頼れるもののない私たちは多少強引な方法を使ってでもそれを獲得しなければならない。ですから命令はお受けいたしましょう。代わりに実験が軌道に乗ったら報酬をいただけないでしょうか。
A boon?
何を望む？
トライオラでは手に入らないと思っていたものです。あまりに遠くにあって求めることすら諦めていた。ですが今ならこの場所でならあと数歩で触れることができる。
Oh, was she like obsessed with him? She wanted a son?
見合う成果を収めたなら何であれ持っていくがいい。
Huh. Okay. Alright. She was like his biggest fan or something?
求めるものは障壁の中にない。ここでは証明できない。お前の望む報酬がこの場にあるというのなら。
It has no value, huh?
俺にとっては価値のないものだ。
So it was just the deed. Well, why couldn't she have it in... Well, I guess she couldn't have it in Tthuruhettso because he was a big shot and she was not.
おい、大丈夫か?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just saw everything that happened in the past. Probably, kid.
アウトスカーツの奴らが言ってた通り、ヤースラニ荒野にはマムージャ族がほとんど住んでなかったんだ。ドームの出現に巻き込まれた女性が何人もいたとは思えねえ。ならやっぱり停車場がそうなのか。
We're still guessing.
上の観測所と言っていたのよね。あの施設の上層にそういう場所があるのだとしたら、停車所さんに関する情報も見つかるかもしれないわ。
Okay, we go into the observatory, alright.
よし、行ってみようぜ。
Wild. It seems this Kanaloka was in charge here. From your recounting, he was quite dedicated to Zerolja. The villagers were likely monitoring the imprisoned Tthuruhettso at Zerolja's behest, and at some point they became involved in the research of souls. Tthuruhettso, you said her name was. I wonder what her story is. Now that the danger is behind us, it started sinking in just how unsettling this place is. Hard to believe it used to be a village. I need a sneeze. That you should be able to peer into the Tthuruhettso's past. I wonder what that implies for the beast's consciousness while it was sealed away. I wonder if it was actually the Tthuruhettso. I wish I could see into the past like you. Then I could see people who are gone. Because there aren't any other Mamulja women here, for a long time I couldn't even imagine what my mother looked like. But when I visited Tthuruhettso and saw some, I was finally able to picture her in my mind. And one day, I hope I can see what she actually looked like as well. Is it alright if I go around by myself now? Among the abandoned, Kryle is eager to begin searching the research facility. While we have discerned the purpose of the research conducted here, the traces of it that remain might afford us greater insight into what came of it. Let us take a look around for information as well as a way to the upper level. Wait, were any of the scions in one of these? Ew, the zombie! Shouldn't they have, like, decayed already? What happened to the people here? Did they all leave? Or did we already meet them? Might be a little bit of both. To think that people actually volunteered their souls for these experiments. Success was far from guaranteed, and even in the best case, they would cease to be men. Was their devotion to Zerolja so obsolete? It won't open, and I don't think it'll yield to our shoulders either. We'll have to do it the old-fashioned way and find the key. I wonder what Beklug would make of this research into transferring souls. Oh! That's interesting. Wrought iron gate. A lift can be seen behind the wrought iron gate. As sturdy as it appears, the gate will likely resist attempts to force it open. A security panel is nearby. Perhaps a verification key will open the way. Okay, there's 2 whole locations to check out. The researchers likely move between the upper and lower levels. Perhaps we can find a key among their belongings. It makes me angry to think what they did here. They're recruiting volunteers for a new experiment. I know I'm not as bright as the others, They wouldn't laugh at me if I was stronger than them. This might be my chance. Soul transferred a few days ago. I can write. Can I write good? Yes, I am good. Very good. Getting hard to control strength. Today a bit off hand of feeder. Cannot help it. So strong. Hungry. Always hungry. Cannot control. Eat. I must eat. Am eater. Must eat. You find nothing that resembles a verification key. Perhaps you should search elsewhere. Is this, what's his name? I forgot his name already. The A rank. Supplies for the staff are neatly arranged in the cabinet. Among various items is a manual outlining regulations and tranquilizing gas to be used in emergency. You dig deeper and find a verification key. Perhaps it can be used to open the iron gate. No! I found it already, but there was like a whole area over here. I take it back. I don't want, bro. What about the other stuff? Can I still look at it? What the hell? I'm not trying to, how was I supposed to know that's where I was supposed to go? What the fudge? Bro, but it was probably like this here. Oh, here we go. I can still do it. I can still do it. A journal lies next to the body. I was transferred to Ueyawada Station in order to train the villagers in the use of electro technology. While a child can quickly learn to operate common contraptions, it will be no easy thing for them to attain the requisite skill to develop new weapons, ones which require no less than the manipulation of souls. Thankfully, 2 of my pupils have demonstrated great aptitude in the field. Kaneloka, the village chief, and Tishalja, a field Cherusian. Kaneloka was the village chief, further driven by their loyalty to our king. Their growth has been remarkable. I dare to hope that before long, they will be able to carry out their duties without further instruction. And I may be relieved of my duty. Yeah, you were relieved of your duty. You ended up like this, my dude. Anything else? I thought there'd be something in here. Okay, so I guess that it was just the one. Alright, I'm okay to keep going forward now. Security panel. You found the key. Great, I'll call the others. Others. What did I say? Others. It seems the key can be used to operate the lift as well. Up we go.
This is reminding me of Shinra. And the elevator sounds creepy as heck.
So this is the observatory. I didn't expect it to be similar, but this is a far cry from the temple that held Valigar and Monda. All this machinery appears to still be in operation. I expect there are auxiliary systems in place to ensure that monitoring can continue even in emergencies. The warnings indicate various anomalies related to the seal's failure, most likely. For a blessing, we managed to fell the beast before it could cause harm. Right then. Let's see if we can find some clues about Galulja's mother. I think I can use this terminal. Shale taught me how.
She probably left, like, some type of video.
There's so much data. I don't know what we should look at. Perhaps we can narrow down the search by inputting the name Tishalja.
He's so cute.
It brought up a lot of results. They all seem to say the same thing. Tishalja, administrator of experimental treatments. Research logs. This sounds good, doesn't it? Chances are the data is encrypted, and even if not, it will take considerable time to go through it all. Then let us take it with us to the back room and have Shale analyze it. Agreed. All right, I'll transfer it to this storage device I brought.
Great job, Galulja. Truly Gen Alpha.
There, it's finished. Thank you so much for bringing me all the way here, everyone. If you're happy, then so am I. Besides, I was able to learn more about my brother as well. It was a fruitful adventure for the both of us.
Aww.
I admit the Tthuruhettso gave me a fright at first. Then I remembered who felled the mighty Valigarmonda. I'll not soon forget our visit to the facility. It was a troubling reminder of the depravity that can arise from the belief that souls are simply a resource to be exploited. It seems safe to say my brother returned to Yuiawara for the Tthuruhettso. He wanted its power, no matter the cost. I'm glad we could find what we sought in that abandoned facility. Kalusa is really good at driving the hover cargo. I wonder if I can learn how to drive it too.
Aw.
And here we are. The authorities will doubtless wish to be informed about the facility and its contents. But first things first, let us deliver the data to Shale.
You found information on Galulja's mother? You lot never cease to amaze.
Having now spent some time in these harsh environs, I feel I have a better understanding of how much of a steadying presence Sphene was to her people. Galulja had no trouble keeping up during the outing. He really is his father's son. It was Shale who gave me the storage device before we left. She said that we'd probably need it, and we did.
Aw, Shale for the win.
From what I can see, things haven't changed much since the funeral. People are still listless like before. I've been thinking it may behoove us to learn how to use the various devices found throughout Alexandria. Better late than never, after all. The data will be in good hands with Shale. Welcome back. Galulja has already given me the storage device. And there looks to be a wealth of data, all of which is encrypted, so I'll need time to process everything. In that case, Alisei and I may take ourselves around the city and check on the people. Their mood has us a bit worried. I don't know if there's anything we can do to help, but we'll see. Understood. I'll let you know as soon as I finished my work. Thank you. We'll see you again soon. Decrypting files isn't the hard part. It's when the number of digits in the password is unknown that the long nights begin. I'll stay here with Shale. There's a lot I can learn just from watching her. I share her friend's concern. It's not surprising that the Alexandrians are having difficulty coping with their grief. But still, I met some members of Oblivion on my way back here. They themselves were returning after having paid their respects to Sphene. I suspect the Alexandrians' plight reminds Alphino and Alisei of the Garleans. Little wonder they feel compelled to assist in any way they can.
Guidance of the Hetso. Geode's concern is writ plain upon his face. Alisei isn't wrong. The mood out there is still grim. Some of the Tthuruhettso remember a time before they were dependent on the Sol system, but even they're unsettled and wondering aloud if they'll have the chance to reunite with old friends and family before they pass on. With good reason, too. The journey home won't be an easy one for those who've grown old. That's why it's mostly been younger folk who've been leaving for Tthuruhettso, ones with no elders to care for.
Word of that problem has reached us in Tuliolo. My brother is doing all he can to see Tthuruhettso Railroad restored to operation, so that people may come and go more freely. Unfortunately, the tracks only go as far as Vanguard, so some traveling by foot will still be necessary. Even so, the railroad would make things a sight easier. How long before it's back in service? I couldn't say. When I left for this visit, Kona seemed reluctant to make promises. But while Shale's working on the data, we could go and see the state of it by ourselves. To Shaluani Station, then. I'll make sure to keep Kona informed. I would be astonished if they were able to restore railroad service so quickly. The locomotive was nigh obliterated in its collision with the dome. Say hello to Kona for me. You have plenty of time while I work on this. Trust me.
Let us know if there's good news concerning the railroad. We can disseminate it through our network and hopefully put some minds at ease. We're going to the railroad, the train people. Trained! Not the trolley.
I filled Kona in. He asked that we continue to support the Alexandrians as best we can. Operations are still suspended, but we're trying to remain optimistic. It's good to see you looking well yourselves. Vow of resolve, and Zordia Doom to boot. What can I do you for? We're hoping for some good news about the railroad. There's an increasing number of people looking to return to Tyrol. They can't make the journey on foot. I see. As it happens, the Vow of Reason is also on his way here to take stock of the situation.
Oh. Scratch the on his way. That's funny. This is the second time Kona's done this. Oh, whoa! Aaronville! New clip, looking good, Aaronville! Gasp, did our little Bun Bun finally outgrow his old clothes? Stop that. As you well know, my previous attire was that of a gleaner, and I've chosen a different path. It was time for a change. Wait, what is this change? What are you?
You're here about the railroad too?
It was in part for my sake that the original Dawn Blazer was sacrificed, so I felt it only right that I assist with its replacement. Bring out the gun show? I know, he's showing them guns. I assume Lamachi has explained the growing urgency of the need. What have you to report?
The new locomotive was on track for completion, but we're having difficulty pulling her into the station, in a manner of speaking. You see, when we used the Dawn Blazer to get into the dome, urgency outweighed all other considerations, but now we're back to our original problem. How to run the railroad without upsetting the inhabitants of the Tthuruhettso.
That is the Ronique. Though the Tthuruhettso that follow them are none too pleased about their Hetso being spooked by the noise of the locomotive either. The solution I've devised to quieten? The solution I've devised to quieten the railroad should address that complaint. But a silent train presents a different danger. The Ronique will need to be deterred from wandering across the tracks.
And I suppose we can't just blow the whistle at them, or they'll panic and be put off their grazing again. Weren't the rail routes plotted to avoid the Ronique's preferred grazing areas, though? It's odd that they're getting so close in the first place.
Oh, do we have to fight something?
The Ronique's grazing patterns have shifted since the tracks were laid. I am not certain why, but I intend to ask the people of the Tthuruhettso for their insight.
As a major proponent of the railroad, I have a duty to assist in this matter, and I too would hear what the Tthuruhettso have to say about it. They are the ones most affected, after all. I believe it would be best to begin by consulting their leader, Huato. The rest of you can accompany us to the Tthuruhettso encampment if you like. So Aaronville is just a crafter/gatherer. As committed as the Tthuruhettso are to tradition, they are amenable to the unfamiliar, or so I'm told.
To think all of this can be packed up at a moment's notice to follow wherever the Ronique lead.
Our prior visit to the Tthuruhettso was also on railroad business. Pray they do not take us for train enthusiasts.
That's Kona Vow of Reason, is it not? I can scarce believe it. Vow of Resolve, Vow of Reason. I bid you welcome to our camp. But what brings you all the way to Tthuruhettso?
I thank you for seeing us. Our visit concerns the matter of the Saktaral Railroad. You too have noted the Ronique's unexpected change in behavior then. My son, Tthuruhettso, has been looking into this matter. Tthuruhettso?
Normally, we'd expect the Ronique to keep to their favored grounds nearby for a while yet. Despite a thorough search, we haven't found anything wrong with the quantity or quality of the grazing in Pyarioanan.
and Yaotanane, yet they refused to keep to where they usually would, instead pushing westward toward your railroad. I certainly see no cause for this unseasonal migration. Nevertheless, should they continue to move west, we will follow, as any true Tthuruhettso would, I suppose. As you may have surmised, I am of Tthuruhettso descent. My parents traveled with the Ronique as well, though I myself have no memory of the experience. I was left behind as a babe, you see, during such a migration, one of many sacrifices necessitated by a nomadic lifestyle, I am forced to assume. A chance encounter with a kind Pelu merchant was the only reason I survived. Taking pity on me, he taught me his trade, that I might fend for myself. I became a stall-keeper in Tuliolo's markets, and that is where the Dawn servant found and adopted me. I had already been in the palace some time when Lamachi came to join us. Like me, she had been cast aside by her parents. I knew the pain of solitude and wanted to spare her the suffering. But she wasn't cast aside. It was a way of protecting her. I'm sure, we'll see. I don't know if maybe they were killed? As this tiny child's new brother, I swore I would always be there for her. The doting older bro. Truly, I have never heard of the Ronique choosing a path so arduous as to force such a terrible decision, nor of any Tthuruhettso willing to leave their own flesh and blood behind. There must have been some exceptional circumstances. I cannot say. The idea of following in their footsteps that I might better make excuses for their actions never appealed to me. But if they had good reason, wouldn't you want to know? Even if it might help you better understand the Ronique's current behavior? We're gonna go that route. Kona's practical. As is so often the case, you are correct. Though my discomfort with the Tthuruhettso way may arise from fear of reopening old wounds rather than blind fervor for innovation, it would nevertheless see me repeat past mistakes. Yeah, I think you don't even know the culture, Kona. And to refuse to learn one of our country's treasured traditions would make me a poor Dawn servant indeed. Please, teach me of the Ronique and what they mean to you. I promise to listen with an open mind. Good! We would be delighted. In the meantime, your companions are welcome to look around. Will you learn of Tthuruhettso culture with me? I would like to approach this with the fervent curiosity that you and my sister share, but it would be useful to know where I am, whether I am, doing it correctly.
Then it's settled. You'll learn more of the Ronique, and we'll have a look around the plains. And perhaps in the process, we'll find the answers we seek.
Ironville looks good in green. He looks good in that outfit. Exceptionally good in that outfit. It will be a joy to share our traditions with the new Dawn servants, as we once did with Galul Jaja. My knowledge of the culture I was born into is from written accounts alone, and few of them at that. So you know practically nothing.
The quickest way to learn about our way of life is to do as we do. I hope you're not above manual labor.
I'm not the most experienced, I'm ashamed to admit, but I shall put forth every effort.
That's all we ask. Take these tools.
We got tools?
Now introduce yourself to anyone who looks busy and ask if you can help. They'll be happy to teach you what to do in exchange for another pair of hands to do it.
Let's meet back here later to share what we've learned. I'm afraid I've finished with my task for the time being, but since you're so eager to learn about our ways, why don't I tell you a bit about our migration customs? If you're here, you likely already know that the Ronique are our Tthuruhettso, our guides, that we travel with through the turning of seasons. We trust them to lead us to fertile lands, with all we need to survive. But you may not know that sometimes the herd splits into two, bound for different paths. On those occasions, we Tthuruhettso must also part with half of our number. Oh. You may think it a strange and stressful custom, but over the years it has seen us visit new lands and broaden our horizons as people. This, too, is the wisdom of the Tthuruhettso. This won't do. The wind will go right through it, and me without my needle and sinew. We got mending kit.
Oh, these are precisely what I needed. I should be able to patch up the covering now. Given how often we pack up and reassemble our tents, they're bound to get the occasional tear.
Fortunately, the Ronique hide they're made of is durable enough that we generally needn't worry. You're learning about the Tthuruhettso way of life, are you? I may have a thing or two to share, but rather than talking your ear off, let me test your powers of deduction. I find answers much easier to recall later if I arrive at them myself. Ahem. Our Tthuruhettso provide us with something that we used in medicines, poultices and soap, to drive away pests to sustain our fires. What is it? Bones, hooves? Is it dung? Again? Meat and organs? Meat? Alas, not quite. Meat and organs both can be made into delicious fare, and our neighbors are oft glad— I'm hungry. Are oft glad to trade for them. They do have certain medicinal uses as well, but they aren't fit for all the purposes mentioned in my question. Is it dung? Again? It sounds like there's a story there, but that is indeed the correct answer. We've discovered myriad uses for Ronique chips over time, each a boon to our way of life. Where there is a need, our Tthuruhettso always provide. Ah, got it. Because of that one, quest we did with Erinville. You're here to help? Well then, why don't I show you how to care for a Ronique's coat? Go ahead and run your fingers through it gently now. As you stroke the Ronique's coat, you note that many portions are shaggy and tangled. This one's fur is a bit overgrown, but a good brushing should thin it out. Would you like to give it a try? You'll need the right tool for the job. Mind you, a comb of the type you're used to would just get lost in the tangle like as not. Ah, Geppetto sent a Ronique brush with you, did he? How like him! Now just run it through one little patch at a time, gently. You dutifully brush the Ronique until your arms grow weary from prolonged battle with its coat. It appears much tidier now, though the same cannot be said for your clothes, which have acquired a new coat of their own. Well done! With less excess fur, our friend here will be more comfortable in the afternoon heat, and less susceptible to illness. A combed coat also makes it easier for us to identify injuries, should the need arise. You smell of grass in the wind, which is a good thing, I promise. You could nearly be mistaken for one of us, and with the horns of a Ronique to boot. I have to wonder how Valkona is getting on. I assumed he would be reluctant to get his hands dirty, but it seems his wish to understand us was sincere. Ah, there he is now! Apologies for my tardiness. I was tasked with grazing the Ronique and ended up rather far afield. Found myself wandering hither and thither at my companion's inclination. To force us back to the trail seemed inappropriate. But how was your own work? Have you anything to share? Tthuruhettso life revolves around the Ronique, but in turn the people receive all they need. The Ronique are treasured members of this community, as important as family. I mean, you don't, like, at the end of your life, kill said family. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say the top one. Yes, I feel the truth of this myself. While I was hesitant to leave my fate to the whims of the Tthuruhettso rather than tread man-made paths, I arrived where I was meant to be all the same. Mine is not the only way. Though at times I lack the experience to know otherwise, my inability to conceive of how a decision might be right does not mean that it is wrong. My parents had a duty to the Ronique, as they did to me, and so I wonder if their leaving me behind was not so selfish an act as I once believed. I have no way to know, of course, and regardless, this has no bearing on our present concerns. We are here in service to the people of Tthuruhettso, after all. Nevertheless, I thank you for helping me find deeper meaning in what we've done today. And I will endeavor to remain curious, especially where the Tthuruhettso are concerned. I'm glad to hear that, Valkona. You're welcome among our herd anytime. Guidance of the Tthuruhettso. The warmth of family. Kona appears loath to part from his Ronique companion. Aww! Wait! He made a friendo! Wait, this is gonna be adorable, isn't it? Kona! How did it go? I believe I finally understand the significance of the Tthuruhettso. They nourish the Tthuruhettso as they grow, and provide warmth and companionship in a harsh and unpredictable world. They are the equal of any man, not beasts to be tamed. Moreover, Ronique are sensitive. Though we may treat their injuries or brush their coats to keep them hale, they must ever be free to follow their instincts and seek lands where they might thrive. The Tthuruhettso would never cage them, and neither should we. To control their migratory patterns or capture those who wander too close to the tracks is out of the question. Then it is particularly important to advance our original line of inquiry. Fortunately, we were able to visit the Ronique's once favored grazing grounds. As we were told, the grass looks fine, but the place is too quiet. It's not just the Ronique, even the birds and field mice have fled. We did encounter one pack of Ceratoraptors, but they looked to be passing through in a hurry. Typically, that sort of behavior in the fauna would be associated with natural disasters, earthquakes, landslides, and the like. Maybe there's a Tthuruhettso there? Though the Tthuruhettso would have surely put two and two together. Were the cause geological? I measured the area's aether to be certain. There was indeed nothing to suggest recent environmental disruptions. But I did notice one anomaly, a strong etheric signature to the east, moving across the plain, albeit slowly. Something we gotta fight? A large animal? Perhaps? And a powerful one, like as not. A predator, given the local fauna's behavior. One of the raptors we saw looked like it had a bite taken out of its tail by something with very large fangs. It couldn't be a Tthuruhettso. Tthuruhettso? Ronique Reaver. In the common tongue, our people have several names for such creatures. Fangs that steal Hetso in the night is another evocative one. Oh, it's like, what's it called? The Chupacabra? Ronique can fend off many predators with their horns, but not the Tthuruhettso. Their scales are tough as adamant, and neither horn nor arrow can pierce them. A well-toothed carnivore with an unusually tough hide. I cannot recall any such fauna in this region. They usually roam the wilds in the northeast, and most herds keep well clear of them. I can't tell you why this one is so far from home and its pack both. In that case, I believe the source of the Ronique's consternation is clear. As to our next move, we must drive this reaver away, that they might return to their grazing lands in peace. Never fear. We will make certain the beast threatens you no more. Kona's adorable. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-doo-doo. Oh! Okay, well. Wonderful. Those Ronique Reavers must have a hefty set of teeth, but I'm not worried. We fought worse. A powerful creature behaving unusually. Left to its devices, it may well become a Tthuruhettso. We must attend to it ere that happens. We must protect the Hetso, but not at the cost of your lives. Please take care out there. I am loath to risk inciting panic lest our fears be unfounded, but I will warn my people to take extra precautions. The Ronique Reaver is a clear threat to the local population. We cannot allow it to roam unchecked, but it won't do for us to go running off in search of it without having made proper preparations. And if others returning from across the plain have spotted it, they may be able to inform us of its recent behavior and where it might be found. Hoppy said enjoy, so I'm gonna do my best to enjoy. Hopefully not die. Uh-oh. What, right when we're talking about it? At least we were able to, you know, prepare. Aaron will still have his backpack though. Oh, hello.
手分けしてかかればきっと大丈夫だ。
Kita daijoubu. Eyes peeled for anything brown and fluffy. It would be a fortunate if we ran this way. They may be too frightened. What if the Tthuruhettso got to them? Oh.
ロネークがいます。だいぶ動揺してるな。なだめてやれば落ち着くだろう。
Why does Erinville look so good in this little like picture? All is well.
もう大丈夫そうですね。先に進みましょう。
Searching for more Ronique.
トライを
Ronique.
必ず守り抜く。
None will be left behind. There, someone's coming. Call the hunters, run!
この先に何が？急ぎましょう。いましたよ。
Oh no!
私らにかかればこんなやつら。
Okay, I'll fight this one.
ズルヘイゾヒの影響で凶暴化してるのか。
Clearly an understatement, yeah.
別の方向からも来たぞ。
Oh, I'm getting toxically spit on, huh?
お前の相手はこの私だ。
Got a gator? Oh, it's an alligator. All right, go Kona. Oh no!
一気に片付ける。
You gotta do something, Kona. Yeah, let's go. Nice. All right, Kona.
なんとか守りきれましたね。
肝心のズルヘイゾヒリってのはどこにいるんだ？
Where's the big boy? Oh! Oh, he is indeed a big boy.
向こうを見ろ。でっけえやつが向かってくるぞ。
ロネークの角を通さない強固な外角と鋭利な牙。あいつがズルヘイゾヒリか。
Oh no, the poor Ronique! He's a baby. Oh, he's shaking.
行きません。ロネークが。
Kona? Kona, I don't know if Kona?
させない。
Kona? Not his glasses. Kona, we need to get you contact lenses.
僕の命に変えても。みんなを守ってみせる。
Where's Wook? Wook is our tank? Come on. Let's go. This is his arc, so he's gotta do something shonen like.
僕のことはいい。早くロネークを安全な場所へ。
Yeah, go do that. Go do that, Erinville. Get out of here. Get out of here.
よーしよし。もう大丈夫だ。
Yeah, isn't it cute? She calls him Nissan. It's adorable.
おっしゃ。あとはこいつをぶっ倒すだけだな。
民を導く王としてこれ以上好きにはさせない。
Let's go, Kona. With your broken glasses. Glasses are expensive, okay?
これ以上誰も傷つけさせない。
Hello? We taking him that way for some reason? Okay.
全
Aw, damn it. I messed that up.
その仕組み見極めてみせる。
Kona?
少しの間でいい。奴を止めてください。よし、足を狙おう。
Hey, this kind of reminds me of that one boss in, what do you call it? What was it? In Heaven's Ward? Was it Heaven's Ward? Oh, yeah. Like, why? We've seen through the glamour. Now this is a 7.1 MSQ stream. Ooh! Tama looks so cute. Aww. His head? Maybe his horn? I don't know. Did you figure it out? Okay, what? Oh, what? This is our best chance. Okay, the glasses. Let's go, Kona. Hell yeah. Kona for the win! Sasuga Kona Nissan. That's what I said, Vade. Kona Mustadio, right? Oh, great. Okay. And I love Viper, man. Viper feels so good to me. So many options of what to do and what to use. This one's supposed to be mine, my bad. Nice.
脅威は排除できましたね。ロネークは逃がしたロネークはみんなメワヘイゾーンで保護した。
メワヘイゾーン。
手分けして周辺を確認してるが、もう大丈夫だろう。
イエーイ。
皆様、本当にありがとうございます。
Yeah, you guys would have been in a big trouble.
そしてコーナ様、私たちはあなたのことを誤解しておりました。竜王であるあなたが恩義を呈してロネークを守ってくださったこと、部族を代表して厚くお礼申し上げます。
コーナ。
民を守り導くのが王の務め。そこに部も利も違いはありません。
ザワルド。
当然のことです。
Cute.
この外角、驚くほどエーテルの伝導率が高かった。これを素材として加工すれば、周囲に微弱なエーテルを放射できるマグが作れるかもしれません。なるほど。天敵と同じエーテルを放射すれば、本能的に鉄道を避けるようになるってわけか。いけるかもしれないな。それなら、ロネークを必要以上に刺激することなく、鉄道を運行させられそうだ。
本当かよ。さすがコーナ兄さん。
なあ。
それにしても、こいつの姿をまた見ることになるなんてな。
Again?
もう20年以上にもなるが、間違いないよ。交易のためにシャーローニ荒野を離れて旅した時に見たんでさ。ローデニヘタ平原にあった同胞の集落がズルヘイゾヒリに襲われて大勢が犠牲になって、なんとも痛ましい光景でしたわ。
Damn.
ローデニヘタ平原。僕がペルペル族の行商人に拾われた場所。
You were a survivor of the... I had a feeling.
その話詳しく聞かせてもらえませんか？
Like how they were like, we were startled.
ローデニヘタ平原にもうちと同じようにロネークをヘイゾとするヘイザーロの一団がいたんでさ。先にも言った通り、あっしは交易のために彼らの集落を訪れてやしてね。ところがその晩のこと、ズルヘイゾヒリが現れたんでさ。集落中が文字通りの大混乱。あっしも大慌てで荷物をまとめて逃げ出したんですが、一組の若い夫婦が逆走していくじゃありませんか。自分たちがおとりになるからせがれとロネークを頼む、そう叫んで二人はズルヘイゾヒリに向かって駆け出していったんでさ。
Oh, that's his... Oh, that's his
あっ
parents.
しは無我夢中で走り続けた。ですが夜闇の中で集落の一団とはぐれちまって、日が昇る頃には一人になっていたわけです。
Feels trail, I mean.
風の頼りによれば、その後一団は何とかロネークの群れをまとめて別の土地へと逃げ延びたとか。しかし混乱の最中行方不明になった者も多く、おとりとなった夫婦もついに帰らなかったそうです。
その夫婦の子はどうなったのでしょう？
さあ、そこまでは。ただ逃げ延びていたにせよ、一団とはぐれていたら一人で生きられるような年じゃなかったですよ。
See, you weren't abandoned.
おそらくその子は幸運にも旅のペルペル族に拾われて一命をつなぎ、やがては 蓮王グルージャジャの養子となったのでしょう。
Only
あの時の僕
only
には理解
Ernville
できな
didn't move.
なぜみんなが僕を置いてロネークと共に去ってしまったのか。しかし今ようやく分かりました。両親は僕を見捨てたのではなく守ろうとしてくれたのだと。
I could have told you that, Kona. He jumped to like the most extreme
ずっと
conclusion.
恨むしかなかった家族でしたが、今後は彼らに感謝しなければいけませんね。
Aww.
おかげで僕はズルヘイゾヒリに撃たれることもなく、父と兄、そして妹、新しい家族に出会えたのだから。
Aww. That's cool that he includes, what's it called? Zeralja. My Ani. My older brother and Imoto.
そして王となった今、僕の家族はトライオラの民すべてです。両親が託してくれた思いを胸に、王として家族を守り抜いてみせますよ。
Cute. If Val Kona counts us among his family, then he is part of ours. Aww. You made felling that Tthuruhettso look easy. On behalf of the Hetso, I thank you. We certainly got more than we bargained for when we set out to solve our railroad conundrum. I can't imagine how Kona must be feeling right now. That raver, you don't suppose it was the same one that... To know that the Hetso are safe is more than enough. Yet, would it be wrong to hope that, in protecting them, we also avenged my parents? It is the least I owe to them after all this time. Sordia, I thank you for standing by me, as Dawn's servant and as the oft imperfect man beneath the mantle. Now, let us return our attentions to the matter we came here to address, shall we? We have removed the root cause of the Ronique, straying from their favored grazing, and obtained the tools to devise an additional precautionary measure, a silent whistle, as it were. This whistle must be capable of emitting pulses of aether, strong enough that they will shy away from the tracks, on instinct, yet not so strong as to drive them into panic. If we can achieve this, it will be a far sight better than a traditional whistle, more effective and less stressful for the creatures themselves. Let us return to Shaloni Station and begin work on it then. While Lika and his crew will doubtless be relieved to finally have a solution. Tomorrow